Hi loves, welcome back to Trevina's space, and for the first time I'm doing a personal introduction to my video. Now I think the video that you'll be seeing today is the video of me doing my own twist on a seafood broil, and I kind of call it a deconstructed seafood broil, and you will see in the video why. Now this is my first time doing an intro because, to be very honest, I'm not the person who loves to be in front of the camera, which is why for all the videos that you've seen before, you've just seen me do performing a different task and stuff to get the dish completed. But what I will try to do from here on out, because I've gotten advice and feedback from persons that say that it's more relatable when persons can see you, I will try to do introductions to the videos and ensure that you guys at least get to see me, if not all, but in some or most of my videos. Now, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask, you can definitely go ahead and leave them down in the comment section. But I would just like to take the time out to honestly say thank you for the persons who have subscribed to my channel. To be very honest, starting a channel was something that I was so hesitant about. I've been thinking about it for the last 2 years, and I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. But you know, because I've always gotten questions from persons in regards to, over the years, in regards to how I prepare different dishes and how I do stuff, I decided that I will go ahead and do a channel which will give persons the idea, the basic idea of what I do in my kitchen, because I honestly believe cooking, once you've learned the basics, then preparing dishes is basically just you putting together different flavors that you love and trial and error, because it's not everything that you do at first you're gonna get it the first time. So I always tell persons it's okay to make mistakes, because that's the only way that you're going to learn what to do and correct it the next time. Alright, so before I let this video get into this long thing, as I said, thank you guys for subscribing. For those who have visited, or who are visiting I should say, my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button somewhere down here in the bottom, and of course go ahead and hit the notification bell as well, so that you'll be notified every time I put out new content. Alright, so thank you again guys, and let's get right into this deconstructed seafood broil. Alright. So today we are having a seafood platter, guys, for dinner. Oh my gosh. Basically it's gonna be a seafood broil, but I'm gonna do it my little way, make a little twist on it. So we have some shrimp here, we have fish, we have some lobster, we have mussels, and we have our sausages over there, we have the corn, and we have the potatoes over there as well. Alright, so I went to go get the sausage. So I have the chorizo sausage here, and I have some turkey sausage here, and I went to get the potatoes as well. So I know normally fish is not in seafood broil, but because I couldn't get the crawfish this time around, I decided to use the fish that I have. But guys, it's about to be lit. I can't wait for it. You hear that in the background? That is the oil getting ready, because I'm gonna fry my fish. Yes. So we have the fish here frying. So if you're noticing the fish, Right now, this is a pot that we're gonna do the broil in. So we have the scallion, we have garlic, we have pimento, we have the onions there, and onions. So I used about 7 cloves of garlic. I used a couple stalks of scallion, and the pimento. I just throw a bunch in there. So I'm waiting for this to reach a boil. Once it reaches a boil, then I'm gonna add the powdered seasoning to this. Guys, this seafood platter is about to be bomb. Alright, so it's been about that time. Crispy, all fried and done. So I'm taking them out. Guys, and I'm just putting them on a plate that is lined with some hand towels to soak up that extra oil. Oh my gosh, my little fish. Like, focus. Okay guys, I'm not sure why it's not focusing. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my last 3 fish to it. Because as I said, you know, I'm generally just doing this for me and my mom. So guys, the first 3 you can see all seasoned, all done. So I'm gonna move on to getting the other stuff done shortly. Guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my powdered seasoning. So I'm going to be adding some paprika. So I'm going ahead and adding the plate. spoonful of the seasonings, just dipping it to ensure that all of that gets in there. And we're gonna see it starting to boil, and then I'm gonna just wash the potatoes and drop them in there now. Just turned over the fish in the pot and allowing them to fry on the other side. So they'll be done in a couple of minutes. Alright guys, so I've washed the potatoes. So I'm just gonna cut them because I've already washed them, just using the kitchen brush. So I'm just gonna cut them in chunks and pop them in the pan because the water is already boiling. Now I'm going to use a bunch because we're not going to eat anything else with it but this. So I'm going to cut up quite a few of the potatoes. Maybe this one more. That's it. So we're gonna put the potatoes in the pan, in the pot, as well as I'm going to add a stick of butter, one entire stick of butter, it's unsalted butter, and I'm going to add a little of this garlic spread to it. Oh my gosh, this spread is so amazing because I really want the seafood to have this garlic taste. So I'm going to add this as well to the boiling water as well as to the sauce that I'm going to be making in a minute. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pop all of this along with the corn that you saw previously into the pot. Guys, I know you can't see very well because it's so dark, but I also added about a quarter cup of lime juice to this because that's what I had. Normally some persons do drop the lime or lemon in it. We don't have that, so I just added lime juice. So I'm gonna go ahead right now and add the stick of butter right into the pot, and then I'm going to go ahead and also add the potatoes that we just cut up. Alright guys, so just be careful when you're dropping them in and you don't splash and burn yourself. So I just generally put it at the side and then it's sliding. I know you can't really see because of all the smoke, but that's how I normally pop them until there's a little peak. But yeah guys, we're just popping them in the pot, and then I'm going to pop in the corn at the same time. Because of the size, they're going to take about the same amount, so just gonna pop in the corn as well. And that's it. So I'm just taking a big metal spoon that I have to mix all of that in, and you're going to allow that to boil. Now I have the heads of the lobster because I cut the tails up, so I'm also going to add the heads of the lobster into this. So I'm going to go ahead and drop them in the pot as well. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and drop the heads of the lobster. There they are, right in. My mom likes to eat them as well. So I didn't put a lot of water in here because it's not a lot of stuff that we have to put in this water, but I wanted to ensure that I get this stuff down into the hot water. Just like that. And then we're going to leave. So that's that for the boil. So all I'm gonna do is put the top on and just allow that to boil, guys. Guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and make the sauce now for the broil. So I just put about 2 tablespoons of oil in the pot because I want to saute up some onion and some garlic. So I have the fire on low, the extreme low, so it's the lowest point it can go to. And I'm going to saute the onions ingredients right there. That's just some onions and a little bit of garlic to make the sauce. Now to this, I'm going to add the same seasonings that I put in the boil, which was the lemon pepper, the Cajun seasoning, the seafood seasoning, because I don't have Old Bay, black pepper, a little bit of salt, fish seasoning. What else did I put in there? Some paprika, some onion powder, the Maggi cube of the garlic and onion cubes. So all of that I put in a container, and once I add the butter to this, then I'm going to pour in all of that seasoning as well. So let me go ahead and get that pouring because it's starting to get tender. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm adding the seasoning to the pot. That's all the seasoning mixed together. Oh, and I also put cayenne pepper in there as well, guys. So that's all the seasoning. I'm going to add 2 sticks of the unsalted butter. Guys, no, this is not anything healthy to eat, but this is not something that you do all the time, but you definitely want that sauce to be bomb, so you gotta add the butter. Now I'm only adding 2 sticks of butter because, as I said before, I'm going to be putting this garlic spread as well in it, because I kind of want mine to have this very garlicky taste. So I'm gonna go ahead and add, I don't even know how much I'm adding. I'm just adding about 1/3 of this container that I showed you earlier to the pot. So you just want all of those to just start melting together. And trust me, this is going to be so good. Alright guys, so there it is, all coming together. Everything is all melted. As I said, the stove is on low because I really don't need it to be cooking on high. I want everything to just melt all together and all of that taste to combine. So that's it, guys. Just allowing all of that to come together. So I'm just gonna leave it and allow it to finish melting all together. Alright guys, look at that. Look at the lobsters all turning red, boiling away. Oh my gosh. You should smell in the house. It is delicious. So gonna let that go for probably about another 10 minutes, and then they're out because they've been on for about 8 minutes now. Alright guys, so it's all melted together. Now instead of me boiling all of the stuff into the water over there, what I'm going to do in this sauce that I'm making, I'm going to cook the shrimp, the mussels, and the lobster tails. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and put half the shrimp in the pot. And just allow it to cook. Now this is the shrimp with the shell on. It's already been deveined and cleaned. So I'm just adding basically half of it into the pot, and I'm going to allow that to cook for about 5 to 6 minutes, or until they start turning light pink, until all of it starts turning light pink. Alright, so let me just mix that together. And you're going to allow that to start cook. As I said, I want all of that flavor to be on it. So not only am I going to use this as a dipping sauce, but I also use it to cook the shrimp and the lobster tails and the mussels. I'm also going to pre-cook the sausages in it as well, guys, before I put them in the boil. So that's it. So I turn my stove on medium low, just for it to cook, because I don't want anything to start burning or anything like that. So just cooking it until they start to turn pink, and they'll turn pink real quick. And just a tip that I saw somebody. And then we are going to pop in the lobster tails. So I was like, what am I putting in again? So they're here. We have them here. And I'm just gonna turn that side down into the pot and allow it to cook. So that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm just putting the lobster tails, the cut side, down into the pot. And just gonna allow them to cook. As I said, I washed all of them in with vinegar. If you don't have vinegar, you can use lemon juice. I ensure I wash all my meat with vinegar first before I use them. That's just me. Alright guys, so I have one more. I want it to hold. So we're gonna pop that baby right in. And then we're just gonna allow that to cook. I'm gonna turn them on the other side to cook, but nothing wrong with putting all of that deliciousness on top. It is so good, guys. Alright, so we're just gonna allow that to cook. Alright. Guys, so I turned off the big pot that has in the lobster and the corn because they're done. And I'm just allowing it to sit in all of that for a minute. And then I have the sausages cut up here. I'm going to cut the rest up right over there, but this is them. So after I take out the lobster tails, I'm going to put in the mussels, and the last thing I'm going to add to that sauce is the sausage, and then we're going to be finished. Dinner is going to be so awesome today, guys. Ah! Alright guys, so lobsters are done. Soaked up all that deliciousness, oh my gosh. So I'm gonna take those out now. And then I am going to put in the mussels. That one, guys. Yes. minutes, just a few minutes now. And we're gonna put those in, let them cook. And all of that goodness too. So I'm gonna leave that there and allow the mussels to cook. Yeah, and that's it. We're gonna come back and take those out and then drop in the sausages, guys, and then we're basically finished. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna sauce up all of this when we're done. Alright guys, so the mussels have been cooking for about 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes now, and I think they should be about done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm sure that people probably another 2 minutes. No, they're done, guys. So I'm gonna take them out in all of their deliciousness, and then we are going to go ahead and add the sausages to this, and from there we're basically finished, guys. And then I'm gonna put it in a plate, the container that I have, and show you. Alright guys, so I'm gonna get the sausage. Guys, gonna go ahead and add the sausage to this. And just allow the sausage to cook. Gonna let the sausage cook for about 5 to 7 minutes in all of that yummy sauce. Oh, God, this is gonna be so awesome, guys, so awesome. Trust me, we did it before and it was great. So almost done. All right, guys, sausage is all done. So I'm gonna take those out and then we're done. That's it, guys. It is finished. So let me turn off the fire. And the next clip you're gonna see is when I plate all of this. Alright guys, so this is the finished product. Now let me tell you, this is not even half of the food, but this is what we'll be eating right now, guys. Look at that. It is so yummy, guys. So you have the fish, the sausage, the corn, the potato, the lobster, the clam, the shrimp, all of it. Yes! Yummy.